Hello and have a good day, madam. First of all, we would like to thank our lecturer for giving us the opportunity to be here today. Before we begin, allow me to introduce my partner. She is BALQIS binti RAMLI and her matrix number is 01D8020F2025. And my name is AMIRA SAHIRA binti MAZLAN SHAH. My matrix number is 01D8020F2050. My dear fellow friends, do you sometimes think that our environment is getting worse day by day? Do you find that our generation are lacking knowledge about environment? Well, today we are going to talk about how to protect the environment. Allow me to define our roles. Both of us will talk about how to protect the environment. Dear friends, my first point is we can protect the environment by limiting car use to reduce air pollution. We can substitute our car and find another alternative method such as biking, walking and public transport. It is a significant measure to reduce the emission of greenhouse gas, which are accountable for climate change. Also, we can share transportation with other colleges if we want to go to the same workplace. By doing so, we not only reduce the number of vehicles, but we can save money on car fuel all at once. Nevertheless, air pollution is one of the reasons that turns our environment to a worse stage. So, it is very important for us to reduce car usage that release smoke so that we can stop the air pollution. My dear friends, I shall now move on to my second point, that is, we should minimize food wastage. Wasting food implies wastage of energy and water, which was used to produce the food. Fortunately, there are measures we can take to reduce food wastage. We can make a list of the food you are going to buy as well as the amount. It reduces impulse buying of food that we are likely not to eat and ends up in the trash. In addition, you can option to donate the food instead of tossing it in the bin. There are needy people all over the world who need the food you throw away. However, if we can at least reduce food wastage, it will help our society a lot to stop the environment from getting worse. Now, I shall move on to my last point, which is we can protect the environment by reducing the use of chemicals. One step that needs to be taken to address the problem of environmental hygiene is to reduce the use of chemicals, because chemicals will cause pollution. This will obviously have a long-term impact on the environment. The point is that the use of pesticides and air conditioning is one of the most noticeable and serious effects. As a result, the depletion of the ozone layer and groundwater by chlorofluorocarbon or CFCs is very dangerous to society in Malaysia. Therefore, the use of this material needs to be controlled by the government and the private sector in order to take care of the environment created by God. Now, I call upon BALQIS to continue with our presentation.
Thank you so much, Amira. My first point is recycling practice is one of the best way to protect the environment. We can start recycling by using the used materials and change it into other useful materials. For example, rainwater can be used to water trees or crop that we plant. This can also help us to reduce water usage. In addition, other materials such as plastic, glass, electronic materials that do not working can be accessed to recycling operators. It is because each materials have the potential to be useful for our society without having to waste new resources. On the other hand, recycling used things can help us to protect the environment by reducing the waste on useful materials. My second point on how to protect the environment is we can use stainless steel, whether for home use or when you are ordering a drink at restaurant. Plastic straws are often a single-use item that does not necessary. Avoid single-use plastic such as drinking straw. Single-use plastic such as plates and cutlery made from this material make our life easier. but seriously harm the planet. These type of products have viable alternative, and there is an urgent need to choose this. To very conclude, we can protect the environment if the society are willing to stop using plastic materials and start using things that made from stainless steel. This type of material can be used more than one time. Now, I should move on to my last point, which is we can use reusable grocery bags. These reusable grocery bags have become very popular as people seek to reduce waste and protect the environment. Reusable grocery bags are a smart choice because carrying a small reusable shopping bag means you won't need to accept a plastic bag. Consider taking wash bag to the supermarket for buy fruits and vegetables. If you go shopping, remember to take a cloth bag. On the other hand, it's very important for us to increase the usage of reusable bags instead of using plastic bags. If every time we go grocery shopping, we use reusable bags, and the health of our planet will improve. My dear friends, today, me and my partner has talked about several ways on how to protect the environment. There's a lot of value that we can find in this our presentation. The first is we should be a responsible person that takes responsibility towards our environment to protect it from getting worse. Next, we must be an accountable person that practice many ways to protect the environment. Lastly, we should be a considerate person who are willing to spread awareness about many ways on how to protect the environment. In a nutshell, protecting the environment is the responsibility of every human being living on Earth. When the environment can be well preserved, the next generation can be enjoy the beauty of the environment we are currently enjoying. So, we need to take some effective measures to maintain a good environment for the sake of our society. My dear friends, let me end our speech by quoting Mahatma Gandhi, who said, "Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but no very man's greed." Wish that we end our presentation. Thank you.